Hi and welcome to Watch the Time, and welcome to my review of a watch that's been sent to me by a company called Avi-8. Now, obviously the name Avi-8, all of their watches have a aircraft kind of either styling or some connection to some sort of aircraft. You see them a lot on Facebook. They've done this collaboration with the Royal British Legion, which in the UK is a big thing. You know, it's all part of Poppy Day, and the poppy is emblazoned on the box of this watch. And there was another really interesting thing I found about these watches, which is that they are Mecha Quartz, which I find really interesting because I don't know why more companies don't use this kind of Mecha Quartz that ticks at about 3 or 4 times per second. So it kind of looks mechanical, but you've got all the benefits of the accuracy of quartz, the simple maintenance, you know, change a battery every couple of years, very affordable. You've got that sort of pick up and go watch that, you know, it sits in your watch box. You might just take it out once in a while, but it's set to the right time and it's still running. And I really like that, and I really appreciate that. And I think a lot of people appreciate that over and above perhaps a cheaper mechanical watch. I mean, I've got a Tudor Black Bay 58, which runs absolutely like 0.0 seconds per day deviation. So for me, my mechanical watch it's not an issue. It runs perfectly. But when you start looking at some of the Seikos with these with the NH35 movements in NH36 movements, they can be up to 30-40 seconds a day inaccurate, whereas this watch will be really accurate. It's, you know, well within a 0.5 second of a day. And I think that's a really good sort of option for people. The other thing about this particular watch is it's almost comes into my watches for a tanker gas category, in that it cost me £100 to fill up my car at the moment in the UK, and this watch is being retailed for £125, but £10 of that goes to the Royal British Legion as a donation, which I think is a real nice thing. I'm not going to do an actual unboxing. I'm just going to show you the box because it's quite nice. It's got the blue and the red, the nice Royal British Legion colours. The watch itself is a limited edition. My one, because it's obviously pre-production, is 0 of 1,000, so it's not actually numbered, because obviously this has just been sent to me. I've not been paid. I've not been told to say anything. The only thing I wasn't allowed to do was produce anything until the 13th of October. That's all they told me. So again, the poppy's emblazoned nicely on the box there. It's a really nice sort of material effect box, hard case, and then inside obviously that's where the watch would sit. There's a little instruction manual and a hang tag, and that's it really. So that's that. So let's get that out of the way, and we'll actually show you the watch, which I'm actually wearing. Obviously the Lancaster here is because of the theme of this watch. It's a Lancaster bomber. Okay, so I've been wearing this watch for about 10 days now, and there is a few different ones available. There's a couple of chronographs which I didn't get, obviously. This is the one I got. However, it's grown on me the more I've worn it, and so I've been wearing it for over a week, nearly 2 weeks now, and I really like it. It's really kind of fits into my needs, as it were. And as I speak, it's absolutely pouring down with rain, and I'm going to have to abort this mission and go indoors. So apologies for that. We're now indoors. Typical. I thought it'd be a nice thing to do it outside with the little the Lancaster plane out there, and typical English weather. Absolutely pissed down and ruined the video. But anyway, we'll crack on. So here's the watch. It's as you can see, they're ticking away quite nicely. That's that Mecha Quartz, and I really like that because it does give you that sort of at a glance element of mechanical, but the accuracy and the convenience of the quartz. Really do like that. So as you can see, this is a pilot inspired watch. It's got a hint of Flieger about it. It's also got a hint of like a bit of a field watch. It's obviously coated in some sort of PVD coating. I actually quite like the black with the pop of the red and the orange second hand and the orange inner numbers. I think that works quite well. The cream colour to the new the Arabics and the bezel has kind of grown on me. I didn't like that at the start, but it's kind of grown on me, and I now don't mind it. It's got an onion crown, which I think is a little bit on the large side for this watch, but it has got an epoxy filled crown with a little poppy in the end, and I absolutely love that. In the UK we call it Poppy Day, and it's, you know, lots of people give lots of money to charity, and the benefit is the Royal British Legion and people that have fought on our behalf in the past in previous wars benefit from some of that funding. So, you know, it's a great cause, and, you know, a small amount of money goes to them from each sale of the watch. Personally, because I got the watch for nothing, I've paid £10 to the Poppy Appeal myself. I've done it just manually because this is a watch that I'm actually going to keep, but I'll go into that a little bit more later. But that's a bit of a spoiler as to how nice it is. So unusually it's got a timing bezel, but for me personally it's actually quite useful. I don't make a big deal of it, but I'm actually a kind of pilot. I do fly a kind of aeroplane. It's actually a powered paraglider that I fly, and having a very simple, legible, accurate timepiece is actually quite important. Something you can just literally look at a glance and do some very basic timing, and this allows me to do that. If I just want to, you know, time how long it's taken me to get from A to B in say minutes, I can just literally set it there. It doesn't need to be deadly accurate, but I can gauge how much fuel I'm using or how far I can go and things like that. So simple timing bezel is fine. I mean, this one sounds a little bit tinny, but it's nice in use. It's got a nice positive click to it, and everything, I've missed the thing, but everything actually does line up quite nicely. There you go. So that's useful. Again, you've got the little poppy on the dial there to match on the crown, and I think that's a really nice touch, and it does look nice. On some of their other models, the poppy is the counterbalance on the second hand. The rear of the watch is kind of plain. It's nicely stamped Avi-8. It's got the poppy on the back, and there's the date there, 1921 to 2021, the Royal British Legion, and it will have a sort of stamped number on it. Again, mine's 0 because it's a review sample. Water resistance 5 atmospheres. That's kind of normal in a pilot's watch. The finish on the watch is faultless, and there's no sharp edges. There's this PVD coating or whatever it is really nice, and, you know, I've only had it for a short period, but I've not managed to mark it or, you know, dent it or chip any of the paint or whatever that coating is off. So it seems quite durable. The only thing that I'm going to say is probably going to be a concern to people is this. This is a mineral crystal, so it's not sapphire crystal, and look at the dome on that. I mean, it looks lovely, but that is, let's be honest, that's vulnerable. So if you're hard on your watches or you're worried about getting scratches on it, then that could be an issue for you, because, say, that is quite vulnerable. I really like the second hand. Legibility is one of my keys in my watches, and that's why I've got the Arnie and the Tudor Black Bay, because they're so legible at all times of day and night. The loom on this is not Tudor quality, but it's definitely above what I would expect from a £115 watch, and it's fairly usable at my usual sort of 2 o'clock in the morning in pitch black. I can tell the time by it. It's not super visible, but I can definitely tell the time, so that makes me happy. So size wise, we've got a 40, 20, about 12.5. So it's a nice thin watch. It's lightweight. It wears beautifully. The lug to lug is very short. We've got these nice downturned lugs here, which don't extend too far from the case. So size wise, I'll put it on my wrist in a minute and show you. It wears beautifully. Just wanted to show you a real close up of the dial there. Sorry about my lights here. Applied indices and a kind of a textured finish to the dial, which I think is really nice. And those applied indices are all filled with loom. And then you've got the triangle at the top with the double dots, indicating this is like a Flieger style watch, a modern interpretation of it. But I do like the addition of the timing bezel. It would have been nicer if that was a countdown timer. I don't know why more people don't use countdown timers, but it is a useful timing device for cooking, and, as I said, for my flying. Now, it came with a leather strap, quite nice leather strap. It's branded Avi-8. Nothing at all wrong with it. The stitching around here is all done nice. It's nice and supple. It's nice and thick. It's plenty long enough. I've got no issues with it at all, other than I do not like heavily tapered straps. I've just put it on a really sort of basic nylon NATO strap, and I think it suits it really well. So there it is on my just over 7-inch wrist, about 7¼ inch wrist, and as you can see, we've got no overhang with the lug to lug. It's a really compact lug to lug, so it sits nicely on the wrist. It's got nice presence, but it's not too big, and as I say, because it's so lightweight, once you've got this on, it's one of those fit and forget watches. I'll just pop in a Loom Shot here. Okay, so there you have the Loom Shot. As you can see, it's really nice loom. I haven't lit this up with the torch or anything. I've literally walked from the house to the garage. It's a gloomy English day, so there's not a great deal of sunshine on it, but as you can see, the loom works quite nicely. Obviously that fades during the night, but once your eyes adjust, you can, as I said earlier, you can definitely see the time at 2-3 o'clock in the morning, whatever. So as I'm really happy with the loom. So I just wanted to show you the chronograph. That's the chronograph that they're doing as well. That's my review of the Avi-8 Flyboy. So thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment. My next video up will be the state of my collection, which was only going to be down to 2, but it's going to include this now. It's going to be 3 watch collection that I've gone down to. I've sold everything. I'm not messing about. I put my money where my mouth is, so to speak, and I've gone down to now a 3 watch collection, and I have to say I'm absolutely loving it. So thanks for watching. See you soon. Cheers. Bye.